All right, good morning and live from Larson, Wisconsin. It's the Stitch Brothers, and eventually one of the brothers is here. I don't know where Jake is.
He's coming too.
Jake will come too. All right. So it's going to be like a round robin today. I have some guests with me, and they are part of the code class that is going on this week. This is day 2. Hopefully today we will get our pockets in and get our closures done so that we can actually, kind of wear our jackets. But I'm sure that some of the details are not going to get done yet today. But I have Amelia and Tammy with me, and we're going to let them display their coats. This is just a sampling of what's been going on. The ladies have been very busy getting things set up and laid out, and they've been very congenial and very helpful to each other. So it's been a great class. Been fun having you ladies, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Amelia, you want to stand up and put your coat on? And
yeah, that thing keeps coming off.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And
okay, stand up.
And put your coat on. And then I would like you to tell us about where you got the quilt, a little bit about that process of getting the quilt.
Okay, so this is my coat. It's a double wedding ring quilt that I found off Facebook Marketplace, actually. So got it for a steal, I think, for $25. And it's a queen size quilt that I was able to cut up. And then I was able to maintain the scallop for the hem of the quilt as well. So yeah, anything else?
No.
That's everything?
That's great.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! All right. I turned my phone off. Why is it ringing?
Because you didn't turn it off.
I turned the power off. How could I not? Whatever. All right. Then I have Tammy, and she took a quilt top that she had that is from a Primitive Gatherings Design and Fabrics. And hers is a longer version, but I think she has to show the back of her quilted jacket. Gorgeous, lovely colors. And she was able to maintain, Kaylee, if we can get the bottom, she was able to maintain that the whole way around and up the front. It's just stunning. So tell us about the quilt and about your experience. And
okay, well, it was a queen size quilt that I had finished the top a few years ago, and I hadn't quilted it, and then heard about this fabulous class and kind of waited till the last minute to pick out a quilt, or some of the ladies actually quilted pieces to make their quilt. And it's the first time I've ever cut up a quilt I made. And so I quilted it, and I didn't even put the binding on it because I knew I was going to cut it up. And then I would say making a quilt coat is easy. The hardest part was trying to figure out how to cut it and make things match and line up and have room for the sleeves and have room for all the pieces to get the design. But I'm really happy with the sleeves and the row around the bottom.
Yeah, the row around the bottom is gorgeous. Yes. Yeah.
And Barb is fabulous at sizing and fitting. I've made a quilt coat before, and it doesn't fit me well. And Barb has given me tips how to alter it, but the class is priceless for the process, just the process.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. Sit down. All right. So I'm going to excuse my guests. And I think Luke and I have some business to take care of. And Jake will join us. So back to work, ladies.
Okay.
Back to work.
Get my pockets in.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So wherever Luke got off to, I don't know. But we have 3 of these coat classes scheduled for January, February, March, right? And I think they're full right now. And just asked if I would be willing to do some more classes. So let us know if that's something that you still want to be offered, because it seems like there's a lot of people who want to do this.
Scoot over.
Yeah, I'll scoot over. Oh, yeah.
Let me get mic'd up here.
Back into the comfort zone. My little corner over here. Yeah, the ladies have just been wonderful. We had a little housekeeping issue over at the gathering for the last couple of days. There hasn't been hot water in the hotel area, and everybody has been so kind about, it's a little inconvenient, but it's not like I'm not going home because of it, for gosh sakes. No, we're on retreat.
Barb, it's not a bug, it's a feature, okay?
Yes, it's a feature.
At the gathering, okay, we are at the forefront of health. And one of the trends that have been going on now is cold showers, okay? So some people might think it's slightly inconvenient to not have hot water, but in reality, nothing gets you super focused
And
ready to go.
It's true.
And the dermatologists have always told us hot water is not good for your skin. So yeah, you're right. We are being more healthful.
Yeah, actually, no, I'm not about that. That's one trend. I'm not doing no cold plunge. I don't care.
After your hot shower, you just gotta turn it to cold.
I don't care how healthy. It could make my life 10 years longer, but I'm not starting my day by jumping in a damn ice bath.
Okay, all
I'm just
right.
not going to do it. You got to
We
draw
don't-
the line
We don't
somewhere.
roll in the snow. No, that's not my thing either.
So it's going pretty well over there.
It is.
That's
it has
awesome.
been a great experience for me. I am waiting for the feedback I asked the girls to give me 3 things that they really liked about the class and 3 things that we could improve on, because this is the first time we've done this with a group of girls, and it's been, I think, very successful. So
Yeah.
And those of you who have signed up for the classes in January and February and March, we'll start sending stuff out for you to get prepared. And
anything that you already know from just doing it, because you never really know until you do it the first time.
Right.
Were you about right on the time, you think?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, the timing is pretty good. The thing is that the ladies who are staying here are lodging with us. I kind of neglected to tell them that they had extra time, and 2 of them brought projects to work on and 2 of them didn't. So in the future, if you're lodging with us for one of my classes, you may want to bring an extra project to work on during the evenings. So yeah, that was probably the biggest one so far. Everybody's had their quilt.
The people who stay here, they get theirs done faster.
They can.
Yeah.
But I've
picture of the group.
yeah, show the group picture. Yeah, we have 8 ladies. This is the before. This is everybody's quilt. You can see Amelia on the one end with her quilt in one piece. And Diane's kind of in the back there by me. But yeah, we have a whole variety of quilts from, Deb, who is in the back row, has a very well-worn, loved summer quilt. Has no batting in it. And she is making the most adorable short jacket out of it. So we have short jackets, Amelia's scalloped edge, longer jackets like what Diane was making. So there's a whole variety of, that's Lori. She was just so excited. The front of hers just is perfectly matched. That's an older quilt that Barb Faber is working with. And that one drapes so nicely. Did I give you the back picture? And there's Amelia. Yeah.
They all line up really nice.
Yeah.
This is Amelia getting fitted.
Yeah. These ladies.
We should have had a fashion show.
Well,
like a runway type thing.
We're gonna.
And then we could do a voting, kind of like similar to like a quilt show.
Oh.
You know, like best in show,
All right. We
honorable
might have to,
mention.
Yeah, we may have to do that.
We didn't think this through. Maybe the next show.
Yeah.
Maybe the next class.
But it's been good. It's been fun. And it's been a lot of work for all of us, but I think the ladies would say well worth the effort to be here. Yeah. Yep.
Big hit.
Big hit.
Do you got to get back to your class?
I probably should.
What else? Do you have any other announcements?
No, I think you have all the B8 stuff taken care of.
Yeah. So I
B08?
have some exciting things. We have a couple exciting things for people. And then I also, because we sent out so many of these, there's a few common things. And maybe
Yeah.
before you leave, we can talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, when you first open your B08, I wanted to take a second to clarify a couple things. This little bag is on top, and that's where your warranty card, because we had a couple questions on how to do this. Okay. And you're just going to follow the instructions here on the card, but the same size is the quick start guide. And this is what serves as the manual. So with the Bernettes, it's not the full size. I mean, they got to save some money some places. And they don't have the full manual like the
Right. Yeah.
like the Berninas, right? But
it has in everything that they need.
Yes.
To wind the bobbin, thread the machine, oil the machine. So yeah, everything is.
We had a few people that say they didn't get a manual. Now I don't know like if that is the case, but just so you know, that is where that should be packaged. So as soon as you open the box, the sticker with the bow should be on top. Obviously, that's the way the top of the box. If you zip that tape and open it, this is going to be sitting right on top there. That's where the warranty card is, and that's where the manual is. Mm-hmm. Again, let's talk about a couple things. Oil the machine right away.
Right. Yes.
So some of the Berninas, you're still supposed to oil them when you open them right out of the box, but they don't seem to be as unhappy as some of these machines.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe it's the nature of it being like a semi-industrial machine.
Right.
But go ahead in that quick start. It'll show you the points to oil.
Yes.
And go ahead and do that.
Yes, please.
The other thing in there, and it's kind of sneaky, is there's 2 ways to thread this machine. Okay. And if you look in, and I want to say it's on page 14 of the quick start guide. If you look, there's a threading path for standard, and then there's threading path for thick. And there's 2 little eyes that are right above the tension knob. The main tension knob. And if you're using a standard, like an Aurafill, skip those 2 eyes. If you threaded it the first way, that's actually the pathway for heavy thread. So if you're not off to a great start, I bet that's the issue.
Yeah.
And it's kind of confusing because actually when you look at the diagram, and I'll see if Kaylee can focus on this, it says threading the upper thread on this main picture here. And the thread path they show here is actually the heavy thread path. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to turn this page. Oh, you're good, Kaylee. And if you look at this diagram right here, there's an A and a B. You're actually going to use the other way, not the way that it showed you on that big picture. So it's a little bit confusing. And what was happening is people who thread that, you find yourself having to loosen the tension.
Yes. And I had that problem, and I'm thinking, that's okay. Whatever, because I've never had a machine like this. But now I know that
if you thread it the lighter way, the tension should be set.
Fine.
Right.
Yes.
So by compensating for threading it extra, we're loosening the tension. We would rather not do that. Thread it that way. So take a look at that page 14. Right at the top, there's A and B. Thread it A if you're using like a standard piecing thread. Okay. Yep. So I wanted to clarify that. And we're learning a lot. Like I've never had a machine that threaded like that. So the other thing we wanted to talk about, oil manual threading, that's pretty much, was there anything else for you as far as helping people with the new machines?
No, it was oil. Was the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Mm-hmm. We can help you. What do you got there? So let's talk about that. All right.
So this is the next topic.
So do we have one? I don't know.
No.
We don't.
Let's say no.
Okay.
Let's say no.
No, but here's what we just did actually. So I've already placed an order with Bernina. We are getting 24 more units, and they're set to deliver to us by the end of November. And then we will be turning and shipping them out in December. Hopefully, you know, we don't want to make any promises, but what the goal obviously would be to get these for the holiday. So right now, if you go to the website, I worked with Amy. She was so nice to stop what she was doing and to get this for everybody watching. You can go, and it's a featured item on the website, and there's 24 in inventory, but Barb said we already sold one. So technically we got 23.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We might have to adjust that. But if you missed out and you wish, you're like, shucks, I should have placed my order. I think this is one of those things where unfortunately you're going to have some patience because of the popularity. Just don't hesitate. Go to the website, buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
And we are going to do our absolute best here to get that to you for Christmas time.
Yeah.
So we've already placed an order for 24 more units. So that's going to be what you're going to have to do to get your hands on one of these, and you're going to want your hands on one of these things. So I love this machine. We've got such great feedback.
Yeah.
Minus those couple little things, but you know, I mean, it's a brand new machine. And honestly, what I will say is threading this machine, I get that it's kind of standard for like that semi, but it makes me realize how easy this regular Bernina's thread.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's so much easier.
Yes.
It's so much easier. It's so much easier. But once you get that thing threaded, you know, you look at that diagram, and
it will be a workhorse for you. I have one over in the coat class right now, and one of the girls has claimed it for her own. You know, this is mine. Nobody else can work on this machine.
Yes.
So yeah, it's once you've had it, you're going to be glad that you got it. Yep. Oh, this is needles for the BO8. All right. No. Did we talk about the high speed?
I heard, I think you were the one who talked to me about that there's a high speed
that comes with the machine. There's a package of needles in the little toolbox with the screwdrivers and the extra bobbins. And those needles, I think, are considered high speed needles. And I think that's because this machine can go 1,600 stitches per minute.
Yeah.
And if you're going to floor it for the eternity of your machine, you're going to probably want those type needles.
We're going to have to order some of those.
Yeah. And I think, I haven't really taken a look at them. It may be similar to like the super, I don't know if it's a pro needle.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So we're gonna dig into this a little bit more. That is the first I've heard of that there is a needle that this likes because of the speed of the machine.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than that, I believe a regular sewing machine
needle is just fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're gonna look into seeing if that's
if you're
something
the person who likes to floor it forever, maybe you need something different.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to throw one more thing in there is like, I showed you my sewing room last week, right? Well, my muscle guy was kind of occupied. His grandfather passed and he had family issues. So my muscle guy will be back this week and move some stuff around for me. So this is an ongoing process.
So what you're saying is nothing has changed.
Stay tuned. Yes. Stay tuned.
So, update. Barb's room is still a disaster.
Still a disaster. Yeah. Yeah.
The update is there's no update.
Yeah.
That's the update. Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Is that the BOA? Oh, wait a minute. What's that? What is that?
So the walking foot has landed.
Yay!
So we are going to be shipping out to all of those many people who chose to add that to their order. Of course, the DIY sewing kit, which is the other major thing, didn't show up yet. So they couldn't make it easy and deliver both of them so we can ship both of them out. But we're going to be getting this out next. This is like the never-ending, one piece at a time type operation. But we're doing our best to get everybody all their accessories. So the walking foot is in. I believe we only have if you did not prepay for this, I can't guarantee that we have very many left because
I think
we
have
ordered 30.
6.
We ordered 30 and I think most of them are gone.
Yeah, I think there may be 5.
So if there is
Ish.
one, we're going to be counting. We have the list. We
Yes,
will get
yes.
these out to all of you who were patient and ordered this. But if this is something that you want, I'm going to have to order more, but don't hesitate because I think we only have 5 or 6 left that are not spoken for. Still waiting on the DIY sewing and the bobbin. So stay tuned for those things. But for those of you who ordered the walking foot, that will be shipping out.
I'll just take this one right here.
Are you done? Don't you have a class?
I have a class.
Let's get Jake in here.
Get Jake in here.
This was Stitch Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Let's make this interactive, people. I saw Troy. Troy, your Q24 has arrived, so that's good news. Our order for the from the Madison Quilt Show has arrived. So there's a frame and some other stuff. So looking forward to doing that training next week. Let's see here. Let's wait for Jake to get mic'd up. Let's see. The original crew has finally.
Happy fall, y'all.
What have you been up to? Deliveries.
Deliveries, service work, all that.
Where have you been?
Madison, Indiana, Madison.
Nice. All right.
Dentist.
The dentist. You want to do
Cavities. Let's go.
Jeez.
Can we go back to the walking foot?
The walking foot. So the walking foot, did Barb really take that? She did. I believe what the walking foot is really going to do is add more control over layers, so if you're doing, many layers and they're moving around, it just offers more control. I have not personally used this one yet, so I'm curious to see how that works, but that's what the traditionally a walking foot is for. What else we got?
Well, the foot pressure.
Presser foot pressure?
Yeah. Setting the foot pressure.
I did not. So we'll have to do maybe a little video with Barb where we can talk about setting that, but I have not had to mess with that at all.
Yeah, it's based on the thickness of your fabric.
Yeah.
And how much down pressure you want on that to feed it.
What else? Any other questions? We got a few pretty cool things I want to show here.
What are the specials this month?
Yes. Okay. So the main one is going to be Super Saturday. So Super Saturday is one day only, and that day is going to be October 12th. So that is coming up really soon. That's next week already. Mm-hmm. So what Super Saturday is it is the one day a year where they offer a 72-month financing term, which on something like a long arm or that new 990, that is an amazing thing to kind of break those payments down. So if you're interested in buying a Q24 with Qmatic, or if you're interested in buying a 990, that's really nice to have the 72 months. Normally in the past, it's been 0%, but just the way things are this year, it's going to be 3.99, which is still pretty good. That's pretty good for nowadays. So hopefully in the future, that'll change and it'll go back down to 0. But
are we keeping our full systems at show prices?
Yeah. We usually hold our, we want to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to, we want to make people make a decision, which is obviously helps us with ordering, because we like to save money on shipping, and when we can bundle a bunch of orders together, that makes it cheaper on us. But we don't like to play games with pricing. I like to keep our Madison, at least with the Q series prices
Yep.
year round. So
Yeah, I know we had a lot of good leads from the Madison show. So if you're out there listening and you were one of the people that we were talking to down there,
yep.
prices will still be the same. Super Saturday is a good day for financing. So
Yes.
give us a call.
It's
Yep.
this Saturday. Okay. Yeah. So do not wait until the last minute. If you're out there and you've done financing, you know how it can be with Synchrony. Sometimes we have to call them. It's not uncommon for us to have to answer some additional questions and do some things before we get the amount that we need to buy, let's say a Q24 or something like that. So don't wait until Saturday to come in and be like, I'll take this, because sometimes it takes a few days. If we can get the approval for the amount you want done ahead of time, then on Saturday, it's as simple as just submitting the financing. So it can be really easy, or it can be very stressful depending on how long you procrastinate on that. So if you want to use that, I'd advise getting a hold of me. I can walk you through what we need to do to get that. So, okay. I want to talk about bowls. Steve came through, the bowl guy. We love Steve. He's doing some amazing things. And Jess went ahead and she's selling a lot of these on comments sold. But what I wanted to do was to offer, our people first crack at them. So I picked the 4 choice bowls, and we got some really cool new stuff. So Jake, hold out that one. So this is one. I have one of these, and this is sumac. And look at this. This is natural. This is beautiful. To me, it looked like some sort of laminate or something, but it's got this really cool, almost green tint to it. And this is beautiful. And there's only one of these. So again, I wanted to offer these to our Stitch Brothers people first before they make it to comment sold. They were a big hit, which is always is really great. But so I wanted to show the sumac, that one. So these are all 75. The next one is a one-off, and this is apple. Now look at the shine on this one. So he's got this, and you can see almost like the reflection. And if you show the bottom, Jake, this one's got like a natural like burl or whatever you want to call that, like a bark edge to it that he left. And he's like, do you mind if I'm like, no, that's awesome. Like that's what people want. We don't want them to be like a perfect. We want them to have character. So that one, I mean, look at the reflection on that. So that's apple. Again, $75. We want to give our people first crack. And then we have 2 more. This is box elder. But this one, if you look at the bottom of it, has this red, which is so cool. So this is box elder. See, he's got that numbered. What is the number on it? 45. So again, super unique one. Yeah, give me a call and or comment here which one you want, and we can get it in touch with you. The last one is this incredible walnut. Now, if you look really closely, this is he actually did what do you call that? So if you look, there's 2 pieces of wood. Do you see that? And it's seamless, but it's he glued this, and it's super cool. So you can see where the wood, if you look really closely, yeah. But it's amazing. And the color of this one is absolutely beautiful. And I think that is black walnut.
That's awesome.
Yes. So those are the 4 bowls I wanted to show off. Yeah, he laminated the piece. That's what it is. That's the word. I'm not a woodworker. So, yep. If anyone's interested, give us a call. Otherwise, you will see those on Comment Sold with Jess on Thursday if she can get them added to the list. Very, very cool. All right. So we have 2 quilts. Do we have any other questions here?
They're asking about details on the DOA class.
Again, we're waiting on Barb is working on the detail. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are going to be making 9 patches. That's what you're going to be doing. Okay. And you're going to be learning how to zip that. I mean, it's a 1/4 inch.
And it's, do you know how much it is?
Yeah. I don't know. I
think it's $50.
$50.
Yeah.
The flyer should be coming out soon.
I
Um,
promise I'll make it as soon as I get the information.
yeah, yeah. Barb's been busy. She needs to get Heidi the information, but that should be coming out shortly. But yeah, it's going to be basically making 9 patches, and then she's going to do some sort of bag related related class to making like handbags and stuff. So thicker material, and you're going to be using the machine to do some of that. Anything else? Okay, so grab me that pillow.
This one?
I showed this off on Mom's Live, but this is something we did with Ginny Johnson when she was in for training. And if you can look really close here, we made this pillow top on the Q24, and we did masking, where essentially we did a little bit of custom. So normally we've been doing the edge to edge over the wool applique, but this time what we did is we made the crosshatch the entire width of the pillow, and then we used the machine to mark where the pumpkin was, and we cropped out the pumpkin. And if you look really close, the machine did such a beautiful job. So we experimented with a little bit of custom work here on the Q24. And it's just so cool how that turned out. So this was invisible thread. And we're using that masking feature, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
All right, Pam. Hey, Pam, I got a 990. Just so you know. I've been working on her. So we actually have one 990. The first 990 has arrived for anybody looking for one. That this is the first one we've gotten in stock that isn't spoken for. So we have one of those in stock. Yep, let's put Pam's name on that.
You said you used the invisible thread for that pillow?
Yep, the Aurifil Invisible. Yeah, I was really happy with how that turned out. And the second quilt we have today is right behind us. And this is another invisible, and this is for Stacy. Stacy's been very patient. This is the third quilt we've done, so those will be shipped out here. And I love the way this one turned out. This is really, really cool. Actually, I'm going to show the back off too, so I'll stand up here. But invisible thread over wool applique, orange peel. I think the size is just perfect. But this has got a minky back. And if you look, how cool is this? Let's just show this like this. It just turned out so neat. Yeah, so Aurifil, 50 weight in the bobbin, cotton, and Aurifil invisible on the top. The wool applique stuff is 5 cents. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it takes a little bit more to go over that wool applique. We got to slow it down, and sometimes it's not as easy. So, all right.
What else we got?
Sell the minky.
I'm not sure if we have that down in the shop or not.
I don't think we carry a ton of it.
No?
No.
I know there's like Minky and Cuddles and some other stuff, but we don't have a ton of it. All right. So if there's no more questions, I think it's time to get out. Oh, yes. Jake. Jake has something.
We have a few used machines in stock right now. We have some 7 series.
Look at this.
A few 880s as well too.
Look at what we have.
So if you're looking for a deal on a nice used machine, hit us up. This is a Tula. If you know, you know.
Yep. This is one of those ones that is just like got a cult following. So this was a special edition from like 2019 or 2018, something like that. And when we get these, they normally go pretty quick. So if you're looking for a used Tula, we have one in stock. And what was our special price going to be on this one, Jake?
$3,000.
$3,000. Woo! Call
Call us.
Let us know. Don't hesitate.
We got really good deals on 880s too.
Yep. We have some other really great used machines. So if you're looking for something, it's a great time to do that with the 990 and the 790 Pro. We got a lot of people that are trading in machines that were top of the line just a couple years ago, and not a huge stitch count on them. They're basically perfect. So
we do have a few demo Q16s and Q20s on foldables as well. And I do have 2 of those tables. We have the white one that we just took in on trade, the sit-down tables.
Oh, yeah.
Ones that slide open.
Yeah, yep. So if you're looking for a Q series sit-down, we have some great deals on some used ones. Those usually don't last very long either. All right.
How often do you oil?
So with the oil, they always say like there's some number in the manual, but honestly, what I do is, especially with the long arms, is I know what they sound like when they're just purring. And whenever they stop purring, I clean it, I oil it, it starts purring again, and then I don't worry about it until it starts sounding, all clickety and clackety and rough again. And that's what I generally do. I mean, they'll say every 8 hours or whatever. And it's like, well, I think it depends on what you're doing. Are you like constantly are you doing a lot of heavy duty work? I just listen to that machine, and when it sounds good, I keep going. And when you can tell when it starts to sound a little bit rougher, a little louder. All right. Do I know the stitch count on my machine? Which one?
Which one?
Oh,
it all
which
depends on which machine. The 7 Series, they have a built-in stitch counter. The Q Series have built-in stitch counters. The 08 has no screen, so I don't know how you're gonna.
I don't think it matters how many stitches are on that thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is how I would do it. Okay, you go to the home button. Okay, and then you're going to go to settings, which is the little gear, and then you're going to go to the little machine icon, I believe. And then there'll be a little like version, like a little V. And then if you touch that, it's going to give you your
software,
firmware or whatever. And then if you go down, it'll tell you like the odometer on the machine.
The total number of stitches on the machine, the total number since your last maintenance, your number of cut cycles since your last maintenance.
Yep.
And then your service techs should reset all of that when your machine gets maintenance.
Yep. Marty, he wants a camel. Marty, all you got to do is get a different on your 740. All we need to do is figure out like
I can make a camel for you.
Yeah.
No promises though.
You know what we'll do is you can pop that plastic out and give it like the old rattle can military, Yeah, you could wrap it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% you could. You can make any of them your own special editions.
Marty just stumbled upon $1 million idea.
Imagine like sewing machine skins like these that are just go over this little part that are just you stick right.
I think that somebody's already doing that. Yeah. All right, if there's nothing else, let's go to prizes. Here, you do this one.
Margaret Kuda.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You are a winner. I got Irene Bello. Here you go, Jake. What?
What? Read it.
I already did. That's the last one. I just gave it to you.
There's only 2?
I read mine.
Oh.
You read one? I read.
Leona loves quilting. Congrats. But you were handing the ones me.
Here. I'll just give them all to you.
Perfect. I'll give them back.
All right. What do we got? Anything?
Make sure the prize winners email me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the email address Kaylee had on the screen.
Yep.
The last couple weeks
If you
was
won,
calling.
email.
Email is better.
Okay. Heidi, right?
You don't want to talk in person, clearly.
Clearly.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Stitch Brothers. If anyone has any questions, don't hesitate. Reach out, email us, call us. I mean, otherwise, Jake, you going to sign us off?
Yeah, always remember, clean and oil your Bernina.
Thank you.